foolishness shows up most irritatingly, consistently, and dangerously. And it's in our words. Verse 12, the words of a wise man's mouth win him favor, but the lips of a fool consume him. Kiddos, here's a really crazy picture I want you to draw. This is a picture of a person whose own mouth is eating him. That's literally the language there. The mouth of a fool eats him. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness. It's like foolishness right out of the gate, and you're hoping like maybe it'll have an upward turn. It doesn't have an upward turn. The end of his talk is evil madness, but he just keeps on going. A fool multiplies words, though no man knows what is to be, and who can tell him what will be after him? The mark of a fool is a person who spouts madness and is brought to ruin exactly because he can't stop. People watching him, it's like they're watching a show. They're watching this person spout madness. And they're like, what's going to happen next? It's almost like they're like, let's get some popcorn and watch. Nobody knows what's going to come out of his mouth next. That is, everyone is watching with bated breath. Solomon here is also alluding to the Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 2. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinions. I will show you a sure sign of a fool, a person who cannot listen to someone else. A person who cannot entertain an opposing view before just jumping in with expressing their opinion. Never underestimate the power, folks, of just listening. And here's what I don't mean by listening. This one hurt. This one cut me deep this week as I wrote this, and then I was like, many times we make the mistake of thinking that we're listening, but what we're really doing is we're just waiting for the other person to slow down enough for us to explain why they're wrong. I've been guilty of doing this in my marriage. How many of you have ever had this happen in your marriage? Your spouse wants to tell you something that's real, that's important, but maybe involves you in a way that's not super flattering. And then rather than just listen to my wife share something, because I am overly defensive, I just wait for my opportunity to tell her why she's wrong. And again, I'm like writing this week, and I'm like, you are the fool, Brian. And I'm just like, kind of, what a sick prayer. I'm praying I'm not the only one. I should be praying I am the only one. Like more people aren't like this. This is devastating to your relationships with other people, wouldn't you say? Parents, this is devastating with your children. When you don't listen to your kids, when you are hearing them only waiting for a chance to rebuke them. You're not listening to understand them. You're just waiting to tell them why they are mistaken and how they've gotten it wrong.